My name is Hopsy and welcome to the Happiness Fighters Army, where we're all about fighting for our happiness, our dreams, our successes against our own darkness of mental health, physical health, life situations and the big bad world right now. Yes, it is true, Hopsy the Happiness Fighter is back in WWE after being on the injury list with an torn happiness muscle, which in the real life is just me working on my happiness, because like any happiness fighter, happiness is like a muscle. We have to keep on working at it to get it better, faster, quicker, stronger, and all that, like we do with any other muscle in the body. But I had so much fun, enjoyment, and happiness from this moment, especially being at SummerSlam, the biggest party of the WWE summer, just to do it here. Best timing. Also, I loved giving Winter Blues a same haircut that she gave me just before Clash of the Castle in front of like 57,000 people. Oh, it was just so beautiful. And this is just the start of my comeback revenge tour. So keep an eye out on my socials every Tuesday and Saturday, and even maybe some Sundays Australian time, because that's when I'll be releasing these videos on my social. And this Tuesdays is not going to be part of the series. It's just me explaining how this is helping me in real life and how it came about and all that. But then from Saturday onwards, it'll be obviously the Happiness Fighter takes on Winter Blues series back in. But I just wanted to get that out of the way first. And yeah. And now, talking about SummerSlam, oh my god, I am still on the happiness high from SummerSlam. It's like a couple hours since I've watched it, and I'm still on a happiness high. That's how good it was. It's like one of those SummerSlams to remember. And I really just want to go through the matches and what else happened at SummerSlam, and then give my review of the whole thing. So with that, let's get on with the matches of SummerSlam 2024. We start off SummerSlam with Jelly Roll saying God Bless America, which makes sense. He's on the theme song of SummerSlam. Makes sense having him there. And he killed it. And then after Jelly Roll's God Bless America singing, we had the Game Triple H come out and welcome us to SummerSlam, and we had a mini concert by Jelly Roll performing his song Liar, which is the theme song of SummerSlam. And we also had Cleveland's own The Miz in the crowd, as he was the host of SummerSlam, welcoming us to the whole basically event. And it worked. And then we finally get into the matches. And the first match, straight off the bat, was Mummy, aka Rhea Bloody Ripley, versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. And you can see I am definitely going Mummy, as I am wearing my Mummy t-shirt that I got at Elimination Chamber. There is no way I'm not backing Mummy again. I did it at WrestleMania, and it bit me in the butt. So I was going Mummy for this. Good to go hometown hero, man. Good to back her. So I was wearing that t-shirt today while I was watching it. And we had I'm going to call him a sort of backstage camera entrance with Dom and Mummy, and it worked. She brought the Southern Australian heat to this entrance, and also in a couple of matches at SummerSlam there was a thing called the ref cam, where the referee had a camera on the ear area, and this was one of those matches. So if I say there was a ref cam in this match, it's because there was. Firstly, I loved Mummy's outfit. It just worked with her style, her entrance, her theme. especially with Dirty Dom on the other side. Oh, I loved it. And then we had Liv come out, and it's sort of copying Rhea's outfit a little bit, but in her own way. And I really want Liv to go away from that now, even though I know the whole thing is she's trying to be like Rhea, Mummy. I think she needs to go back to her own version of being herself. Maybe put a little bit of the Mummy's taste into her outfits, but go back to her own style, I reckon. That's just me. First off, we had Liv and Rhea, like Liv going in and out of the ring a lot, running away from Mummy. Mummy eventually caught up with her, and I love this. At one point, we had Rhea taunting Liv by kissing Dirty Dom, like she did not last week, the week before, when Dom said, "I hate you." And don't mind me, I'm just reading my notes. I read this so quick, so if there is a little bit of gap in this, it's just I'm trying to make out what I read. We had a headbutt from Rhea. I love that. Liv counted the riptide at one point. Rhea rammed into the ring post, and her shoulder that Liv had injured popped out. You can hear her saying, "It's out, it's out." And I was like, okay, it's over, it's done. The ref's going to call it here. And Rhea's like, no, I want to wrestle with it. I want to keep going. So, she just basically kept wrestling. And this surprised me. And I have mad respect for Rhea Ripley more now than I ever did before. And it was giving shades of like Cody wrestling with a torn pec. Was it Cody torn pec? Oh. Yeah, I think it was a torn pec. Someone had a torn pec and they wrestled. If you know who it is, comment down below. But yeah, or when Cody wrestled with that like the rib thing in Hell in a Cell, it's giving a shades like that, and I love that. But this wasn't the first time her shoulder popped out in the match. She rammed into the table and popped it back in again, which I don't know how she did it, but us Aussies are made of tough stuff, so maybe it was adrenaline at this point, I don't know. Liv was torturing the shoulder most of the match. Was rammed into steel steps. I think Liv was, I'm not sure. Liv tapped the shoulder, yeah. Dom at one point took a bullet for Rhea, and I love that because I can't remember how. This was like at the beginning of the show, so my brain's like fried right now. But I love that. Rhea, like I said, rammed into the table, pulled her shoulder back in, and the second time I think it was ring post. We had a prison lock for Mummy. Crowd was chanting Mummy like so loud you could hear it. Shoulder, like I said, shoulder popped out again. So it was 2 times the shoulder popped out and 2 times they got in. And then Liv brought a chair in, but then it got thrown out. And Dom was going to stop Rhea from using the chair. Like it'd been brought back, and was basically Dom was trying to stop her from causing a disqualification. And yeah, Liv drives herself into Rhea, which drives into Dom. Then this is when the chair went out. But then Dom brings the chair back in and causes a distraction for the ref. And then Liv does Oblivion to Rhea on this and gets the win. So we're at this point thinking Dom screwed Rhea. And then, after the match, Dirty Dom goes up to Liv and plants a big, fat kiss on her. Right in front of Rhea. Like, Rhea's in the ring, they're on the outside. So Dom definitely screwed Rhea over. There's no way going around this. They're going to have to continue this story where Dom wants nothing to do with Rhea, and Rhea's upset and down and out, and I will congratulations to Liv, but I was going Rhea, and my heart, even though I love both of them, I'm a fan of both, for this rivalry, my heart is always going to go Mummy Rhea. There's no way about it, and if I have a message for Mummy, it is, Dom is too good for you. Like, I meant to say, you're too good for Dom. See, my brain's fried. You're too good for Dom. You don't need him. There's better fish in the sea. Jay's after you. Why don't you go after Jay? Also, lean on Priest. He is your Terror Twin. He will look after you. Also, use that pain, anger, tears, sadness. Channel it and use it to get better, to the point where you can get your revenge on Liv and end her revenge Liv tour. So I've got your back, Rhea, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be called a divide in Judgment Day this week, and yes. And then we went to a break, and then after the break, they went backstage to the Judgment Day clubhouse. Carlito, JD, and Finn were back there, and Carlito's like, what just happened and all this sort of thing. And then all of a sudden you hear Rhea's Terror Twin, Priest, come in and say, where's Dom? Where's Dom? Where is he? I want it. Like, as an angry, overprotective big brother role, which I love this. It plays in the storyline so well. I love that. And then Finn's like, we're going to go find Dom. But we actually don't get to see Dom for the rest of the night. So I reckon they did find Dom, but they're not showing it. And yeah, and then they just went off and they went into the next match, which was Bron Breakker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, a fun fact, Bron Breakker's dad was actually in the audience at SummerSlam today. So I think he wanted to make his father proud as well. I didn't take many match notes for this because I was just watching it. We had Breakker shoulder first into the ring post at one point. We had a looming kick miss by Sami. We had a Frankenstein by Bron Breakker. We had a Blue Thunder Bomb by Sami. We had a spear from Bron Breakker at one point, and then we had another spear, and he got the win. So, Bron Breakker is our new Intercontinental Champion. And this is one prediction I actually got right. So, yay! Even though I love Sami, I really do, I just think Bron Breakker in this scenario was the better choice to be champion, because you can have so many people go up against him. You could have Sheamus, you could have Bronson Reed, for example, at one point. And I feel like Sami needs to do something else with his career, like story-wise. And I feel like now they're going to put him, Jay, Rhea, and Priest all together to take on the Judgment Day too. So yep. So congratulations, Bron Breakker, and I can't wait to see where your career as Intercontinental Champion takes you. Then we saw in the audience Stephanie McMahon. So, and with the rumours of Shane McMahon talking to Tony Khan with AEW, I feel like they were just like, we have to show Stephanie McMahon at SummerSlam, but I love it. I love seeing Stephanie there. I feel like she has an input on the women's matches. I would really love to see her come back for a little bit. Maybe in a power play. storyline, but I understand if she wants to just be in the background and be a supporting wife to Triple H. So, but it's great to still see that she is still in WWE. Then we moved on to the LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship match. And I am going to say that we had MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, come out. Well, he was one of the security people, or disguised as one of the security people when Logan Paul came out. And he was by Logan Paul's side as he went down the ring. And then he was sitting in the front row. So that was good. That was cool to see. Plus, him and Jelly Roll have a song together, so it made sense. And, yeah. I love when WWE brings in, like, famous singers, actors, personalities, and works it into their, like, plays or their storylines. I really do. That's, like, a dream of mine if I ever become famous enough, is to actually work into a storyline like this into WWE. But that's just a dream at the moment. Maybe one day it'll come true, but you'll never know. LA Knight finally returned Logan Paul's prime car, but he had a little present for him, and that was that he bashed in the windows of the prime car in his entrance. And I love this. It was giving shades of like Stone Cold Steve Austin here, and then there was a big attack before the bell even rang. I would say maybe 10 minutes before the bell would ring in this match. I'm just saying an estimate. Logan Paul attacked LA Knight. LA Knight put Logan Paul all through the barrier, like the ring audience barrier, and the Prime hydration station as well. Logan spit Prime in LA Knight's face at one point. Logan bounced off the table, and the Prime bottle at one point. Logan Paul. LA Knight did a net breaker onto the table with Logan Paul, and then the bell finally rang. The audience of the hometown hero in this scenario were chanting F you Logan and you suck a lot. And Logan was dominating most of the match near the beginning until he mocked LA Knight by saying LA Knight, like in a mocking way. Then LA Knight came around. LA Knight knocked out. LA Knight knocked out Logan Paul's lackeys at one point when he was outside the ring. He brought him in and knocked him out. Well, I call them lackeys. I don't know what their names were, but they did say. I just can't remember. Logan MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, gave Logan Paul the chain that was around his neck, which were actually brass knuckles to use, and he did use it a little bit, but then LA Knight did a BFT and got the win. So LA Knight is our new US champion, or United States champion, and I was like, yes! It's about freaking time Logan lost that championship. And it also means I get another point, or I predicted another match. So, congratulations to LA Knight. And I think it's time we start the year party. Yeah. And then we went into the Queen Knight versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship match. Now, I was suspecting something that was going to happen here, but it didn't. And I'm a little bit bummed, but I understand they could be saving it for like Friday Night SmackDown or something like that. But straight off the bat, I loved Queen Nia's outfit today. Oh my god, it was giving like evil Snow Queen vibes for me, and I love it. Also, I love Bayley's outfit. It was remind me of the OG Hugs Bayley era, like the things that she'd wear back then. And I feel like that's where Bayley is now. Like, she's more experienced, but she's bringing slowly back the hugs. Not fully like, I want to hug him, but just a little bit. And I'm here for that. I was an OG Bayley hug fan, and I missed that when she turned heel. And now that hopefully she's still staying babyface, I am loving her. We had a jawbreaker to Nia by Bayley. Nia overpowered Bayley a lot. We had a back suplex by Bayley. Bayley loses her balance on the top rope, and it looks like she gets like a low blow from the top rope. We had a guillotine by Bayley, but Nia counts out of it. Nia slams Bayley one-handed at one point, and Nia headbutts, like a headbutt from Nia. Nia goes shoulder first into the ring post at one point. Nia does a Samoan drop at one point outside the ring. The most impressive thing of this match is Bayley. See, that's so impressive. I can't even speak. Bayley doing a powerbomb to Nia. Like, I still can't believe she has the strength. That's just gobsmacking moment. Bayley flying elbow, but doesn't get the pin. And then we hear Tiffany Stratton's music, so we think she's going to cash it in, but ends up actually being a distraction for Bayley. Nia does 2 power bombs, 2 annihilators, and then gets the win. So Queen Nia is our new WWE Women's Champion. So congratulations, Nia. As a plus size person, or a bigger frame person, I am glad to see someone like your stature as champion in the women's division, and I can't wait to see where this goes. But I was rooting for Bayley so much. I thought, but champions can't keep the championships forever, so we've got to move on eventually. And then Tiffany and Nia celebrate in the ring. Fair enough. And this is when it's confirmed that it was like a distraction in my eyes. And then Nia goes out to the audience, and she hugs her mum and her auntie, which is The Rock's mum. So that was sweet to see that there. I like that moment. And where I'm going to see this going, I feel like we're going to still get the Nia and Bayley revenge a little bit. Maybe her teaming up with Mia Chin to take on Tiffany and Nia. Or we could have what I wanted to happen at SummerSlam. Charlotte Flair come back and she takes on Queen Nia, the real queen of WWE versus the queen of the ring. That would be awesome. But at the moment, it's all up in the air. I just don't know 100% where this is going, but I'm going to just enjoy. So, yeah. Now, what's the next thing? The next thing is the Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk match with Seth frickin' Rollins as special guest referee. This was one of those matches where they had the ref cam in, just stating. So we got a couple of camera angles from Seth, and that was awesome. First off, Seth comes out in his entrance and he's wearing a sort of like a Beetlejuice ref jacket over what is his actual outfit. And that was awesome just on its own. I was just in awe of that. Then he enters the ring and he does the big reveal of his outfit, and it's these like sequin pants with this ref outfit with a little bit of sequin on it and the sunnies, and it's so good. It makes him look so good and so hot. And Becky Lynch is one lucky lady to have Seth Rollins. I see what she sees in him, like look-wise, especially after today. And I'm not going to steal him off Becky, but I see what the appeal is there. Oh, he just looks so good in this outfit. I'm going to say best ref outfit ever. And then and then we had Drew and CM Punk enter, sort of thing. And then CM Punk had his sweat jacket on and he threw it on to Seth, but then Seth took it and just rubbed it up his ass. Like, not with the pants down, with the pants on, sort of thing. And I just love that comical moment. Seth, the guys were both like, ring the bell, and he was just enjoying, like, building up the moment. And then he said, ring the bell. And just, if there is any other moment that Seth wants to be a special guest referee in a match, please put him in there. He was like, it brought the whole theatrical of this match even better. And then Seth pulled off Punk at one point after counting 5 while he was stomping on Drew. And the same thing with Drew at one point. I counted 5 like normal refs do. Seth slowly counted like 1, 2, 3, like when they were outside the ring, because Punk and Drew went outside the ring and they had a big bash ball thing out there. And he was like 1, 2, and then it goes back to him and he's just lunging on the ring and he's like da da da. And that's what I love about this. That Seth had all the power in this match and he could turn a blind eye, he could do whatever he wanted and they couldn't touch him. And if they did, they'd get disqualified. So I'd say Seth ruled this match. Drew's head went into the steps by Punk a couple of times. Punk did a slingshot. Drew did a slingshot to Punk with Punk under the ring, and Seth turned basically blind eye to it. I love that. I'm trying to read my notes here, because my notes were very quick, because this match was a lot of times Seth was, at one time he was getting down to count for Drew, and Drew, they kicked out and Drew was like, what? And Seth was like, I have a bad knee, which is true, he has a bad knee, so and then one point Drew brought a chair into the ring and Seth saw it, and Drew's like, let me do this to Seth. Let me get rid of Punk, sort of thing. And he was about to do it, but then Seth took the chair off of him. And then Seth uses the chair or goes to use the chair on Drew, but then Drew moves and it directs towards Punk, but he doesn't actually use it, sort of thing. Just trying to read my notes. It's writing so quick, it was just Seth turns his back on back, and it costs Punk a win at one point. It's very Seth orientated, this match. Drew brings out the bracelet and gives Punk like power to like motivation. Had the Anaconda Vice on Drew at one point, and then he sees the bracelet and he lets go, sort of thing, and gets the bracelet. We had a Claymore for Drew, but went nowhere. No pin, no count out. Drew went shoulder first in the ring post at one point. Seth was wearing the CM Punk bracelet, so then CM Punk wouldn't lose it, like refs normally do. But CM Punk saw it and thought Seth was wearing it despite, sort of thing. And he basically lost it. And then Drew pushed Seth into... Drew pushed Punk into CM... And Drew pushed Punk into Seth at one point and knocked him out of the ring. And Seth then comes back and goes off at Punk. Punk attacks Seth as well. Like, Punk goes off at Seth, and because it costs him a pin, and then Punk goes off at attacks Seth. And then there's a low blow by Drew and a Claymore, and Seth comes back in slowly and gets the 1, 2, 3, and Drew wins. So Drew won this match. There was more to this match, it's just these are like the highlights. And I loved it as an avid hater of CM Punk. Couldn't be better. CM Punk basically cost himself the match in this point. And Seth leaves the ring angry as well. Well, he looked angry, but it just might be tired. I don't know, but I love this so much. And then we went back to the Judgment Day backstage segment, and in this segment, Priest apologizes to Finn for his actions earlier in the night, and Finn says, if you need my help, I'll be there for your match against Gunther, sort of thing. And let's just say he does come out. And then it's the Priest versus Gunther match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had a big hand from Priest. Gunther dominates for most of this match. There was a ref cam in this match as well. We had a Hurricane Rana from Priest, a broken arrow, some kicks. Gunther's chest starts to bleed. So we had blood in this match. So you know it's going to be a good match when there's blood there. We had South of Heaven from Priest. And then Finn comes out to cheer on Priest and give him motivation, because at this point he looks like he's down, out, no hope for him winning. And then basically he does he rises up, does a Razor's Edge, a South of Heaven, and he goes for the pin, and it's near the ropes. And who puts Gunther's foot on the rope? Finn Balor. So Finn screwed Priest not once, but twice, because Gunther had him in a choking hold. Priest power bombs and he does a power bomb to Priest, and then Gunther gets the win with another choking hold. And then, so Gunther's our new World Heavyweight Champion, which I understand it makes sense as they're going to Berlin, but this is one prediction I actually got wrong, and the last one I got right. So far I got 3 predictions right. And so, this is going to be interesting for Judgment Day on Monday, especially with Priest and Rhea being screwed by Finn and Dom and Liv. And I feel sorry for JD and Carlito, because they're going to make up their mind where they're probably going to side with. I feel like JD is going to side with Finn because they're tag team champions. But then Carlito, I have no idea where he's going to go. he's going to be that lost puppy, like, wait, you gotta pick a side, and he's like, I don't know. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see the Terror Twins just take down Judgment Day now. And for Priest to go more of a heel, from a heel to babyface as well. Now, then we had a little intermission segment, and that was Awesome Truth, which is Miz and R-Truth coming out as hosts. They announced the number of attendance, which is 57,791 people there. That's pretty impressive. And then A-Town Down Under come out and try to start making fun of them and Cleveland and even Jelly Roll and MJK at one point as well, which I feel like this is just going to add to the end of A-Town Down Under, which I'm really looking forward to because I'm over it. And then all of a sudden you see Jelly Roll in the ring with the steel chair. So he uses it on Austin Theory, which means Grayson Waller basically bolted. And then we have a 3-person You Can't See Me 5-knuckle shuffle from Awesome Truth, which is Miz and R-Truth and Jelly Roll. And I feel like this was a moment that Jelly Roll was like living out a childhood dream, and I'm here for it. And yeah, I love this. And then we go into the last match of the night, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now, I got some notes on this, so I'm going to try and read them pretty cool. Solo comes out like he normally does, normal entrance sort of thing. But then they do a special camera on Cody, and he's in his truck, comes out, and who's standing right there waiting for him? His dog, Pharaoh. And it was announced as he was walking to the ring with Pharaoh, which I love. As a dog person, I love seeing. I would love to see him out in the ring, in the audience, but I get it with the pyro and the techno and all that. It would be hard. But it's announced that this is Pharaoh's last run with Cody, as Pharaoh is getting up in years. He's basically retiring, as I would like to put it, from being a support dog to Cody on the WWE tours that he goes to. So I want to say a big thank you and congratulations and show my appreciation to the right-hand man or right-hand best friend of Cody Rhodes, Pharaoh. Thank you for your service in WWE, and I hope you enjoy your retirement now. And then he walks him up to Andy Anderson, which I didn't know who he was. It was before my time. Don't shoot me. And he says that you got two friends coming and friends above. They're on the way. And then he hands Pharaoh over to someone, and then he walks out. And as he's handing over Pharaoh, there's someone handing him his jacket and his war mask from WrestleMania. He's got his war gear from WrestleMania, the head mask and everything. And I was like, and this was the one that he wore the last time he went into a Bloodline Rules match. I love this. I love this outfit. So then he comes out, and the match basically, like they do the intro and the match starts. And first off, the audience, we want Roman chants. Like, sort of near the beginning from the audience. So that was cool. Solo stops Cody's, like, what's it called? What did I put in? Drop kick, hand up thing that he does, which that was impressive. Solo's pushed into the Prime Hydration Station at one point, which I want to know how much money a wrestler gets if they push another wrestler into the Prime Hydration Station at live events. I really want to know. Or even on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. If you know it, let me know in the comments, but I reckon they get something for it, like a bonus. We had a crossroad on Solo, and then, of course, eventually in the match, the Tonga brothers come out and attack Cody. And then they're attacking Cody, and you hear Kevin Owens' music. He's back, and he comes to Cody's aid, and then numbers game, Kevin Owens taken down, and then you hear Randy Orton's music. He comes out. I'm like, yes, he comes to Kevin's aid. Then they take the Tonga brothers out into the crowd, and they just go off like that, which I like that. And then we had Cody with a steel step onto Solo at one point, like using it on Solo, and I was like, and he was going to use it again, but then Solo did a spear, and then he sets up Cody, like steel steps, then Cody, and he was going to do his like running jump thing they usually does onto Cody, but then he doesn't end up doing it. We got 2 crossroads there, and Cody looks like he's on a high, and then Jacob Fatoui comes out, because we're all like, where's Jacob Fatoui at this point? And he comes out to counter. He clears the announcer's table, and Cody goes through the table, like he does his jumping thing onto Cody while Cody's on the table. And but then Cody gets back up and does a Cody cut from the top rope onto Solo, because at this point Jacob Fatoui's been taken out, like from the going through the announce table sort of thing. And it looks like, and then at one point we get like Solo's like on the winning streak, and you think Solo's going to win, and then all of a sudden you hear the OTC, as I'm going to call them from now on, and my tribal chiefs music play. And I'm like, is he coming? Is he coming? Because I don't believe it until I see them on the screen. And then he's there. Roman Reigns was at WrestleMania. He comes out and he's got a t-shirt and it says OTC. So that's why I call him OTC, Original Tribal Chief. So the Tribal Chief was back. I was like, he was looking better than ever. We have not seen this guy since WrestleMania. And it was just the perfect timing to bring him back at SummerSlam. Now that there's this new bloodline, and just thinking about makes me happy. And then he goes into the ring, and while he was walking down, the ring announcer was like, which side is he on? Is he with Solo, or is he going to be with Cody, sort of thing? Because it's true, we don't know where his alliances lie. And then he does a Superman punch to Solo and a spear to Solo and leaves the ring. And then Cody does a crossroad and gets the win. And so I am just loving this right now. And then there's like this like unknowing like respectful stare between Cody and Roman. So I reckon they respect each other. And oh my god, I so can't wait to Friday Night SmackDown this week. And there's a moment like at the end of the match where so I was like, ah, like he's crying like a whiny little baby. But he had this coming. And I'm glad this prediction I got wrong too. Because, yeah. But he had it coming, Solo. When you attack the tribal chiefs, wise hand man, you're gonna have karma coming your way. And all we need now is Jimmy to return, and then maybe Jay to come in as well, and maybe The Rock, and we have the perfect Bloodline Civil War Games match for Survivor Series this year. So, yeah. So, welcome back, Roman. We've missed you. I've missed my tribal chief. I am acknowledging it right here on this camera. I acknowledge Roman Reigns now. And you are the better tribal chief than Solo Sikoa. So, yeah. I loved SummerSlam. Could have had a little bit more surprise returns. But I get you're trying to lead up the hype for Roman's return. So, overall, SummerSlam is getting a 9 point... I'll say 9 point... I'll say 9.8. Smiley faces out of 10. Because, yeah, it was just almost perfect. Just the little things like that. Like there's not enough surprise returns, but you never know. They could be saving them for this week on Raw and SmackDown and even NXT. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end the video here. If you want to follow me on my socials and keep an eye out for obviously the Happiness Fighter takes on her rivals in WWE. It's Winter Blues at the moment. Then follow me on my socials, which is Hobbsy the Happiness Fighter. And I hope you're having a nice, warm, sunny day. If not, I'm sending you virtual hugs.